There was once a boy named Malachi who lived in a small village at the edge of the hills of Judah. His family were shepherds, and from a young age he learned to tend sheep, carry water, and listen to the elders speak of the God of Israel. They would tell him of Abraham's obedience, of Moses who parted the sea, and of David who slew a giant with a sling and a stone. But Malachi did not believe. To him, those were stories for old people. He had never seen a sea open. He had never heard God's voice. He had never seen a miracle, so he would nod when they spoke of God, but deep in his heart, he wondered if it was all just tradition passed down from fear. If God is real, he thought, why has he never spoken to me? Why does he not show himself in my life? He prayed sometimes, but more out of habit than hope. He went to gatherings, but his heart remained distant. Malachi was not rebellious, only uncertain. He wasn't angry at God. He just wasn't sure he was even there. One day, while watching the flock in a quiet valley, the wind was calm and the sun warm on the hills. The sheep grazed peacefully, and Malachi sat on a rock, thinking his usual thoughts. That was when he heard the low growl. It came from the trees behind him, and when he turned, he saw the lion. It creeped up behind him. Malachi's heart pounded. There was no one nearby. He had no weapon. He was just a boy alone with sheep and fear. In that moment, he did what he had never truly done before. He prayed, not out of routine, not with memorized words, but from the pit of his heart he cried, God, if you're real, please help me. He didn't expect an answer, but suddenly the air changed. The wind picked up. The trees began to sway. Thick clouds rolled across the sky, dark and swift. Thunder cracked, loud and deep like a voice from heaven. The lion stood up and looked around. Then, without a sound, it turned and fled, disappearing back into the woods. Malachi stood frozen. His legs were weak. His hands trembled. The sheep were untouched. He fell to his knees, staring at the sky above him. The wind slowed, the clouds drifted, and sunlight returned to field. He looked up and whispered, You heard me. You really heard me. And from that day forward, Malachi believed. Not because someone told him to, not because he was supposed to, but because God showed up for him when he called. Because in his darkest hour, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob answered the prayer of a boy who had never truly believed, until now.